career building as a whole comes with a lot of personal growth as well. And both of these things, professional development and personal development, are tied hand in hand. Why do you think that is, Hakan?
Oh, well, I think as you progress in your career, sometimes it can even be difficult to determine or to differentiate between what is the personal growth and what is career growth. I think these days with smartphones, social media, there's a lot of overlap. I mean, that goes for, double for anybody who actually who runs their own business.
Yeah.
I can give one example from when I was younger. I was nervous, or I was terrified of public speaking. And I don't think that's uncommon, but it's something that if you can overcome it, it's going to set you up both in your career and your personal development. So I joined Toastmasters. Probably a lot of people are familiar with it. It's an international organization that exists to improve your public oratory skills, help you overcome nervousness. And I think in life, if you can overcome these types of challenges, it's never easy to overcome them. It can be a bit scary, but once you overcome them, just in general, it's going to make you a more confident person, whether that's in your career or in your personal life. It's going to help you out. It's going to set you up for success going forward.
For sure. No, that I agree too. And that's an interesting concept to think about, is that the further you get into your career, the more you get involved, the higher you get up, and your personal life and your professional life start to blend. But I also think that it's important at that point to know that separation and know when you can sort of step away. And I feel like a lot of people fall into that trap, right, where they just blur the lines there.
Especially during a pandemic when everyone's working from home. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No.
Yeah,
I think a lot of us can relate to that.
Boundaries. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. It's good to set boundaries and set them early on, for sure.
Awesome. And this next question goes out to Grant. So when someone is early into their career, they're usually exploring many opportunities, and they try to get experiences in multiple fields, trying to do multiple things. And why do you think this is important to try? Why is it better than sort of sticking to one thing and trying to grow as much as possible within that one thing?
Yeah, no, thank you. That's a good question. I'll start off with a quote: variety is the spice of life. Imagine if, I don't know, you could only eat one thing your entire life, hamburgers or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe you love hamburgers. That's great, but you haven't tried pizza or shawarma or ice cream or dessert. How are you going to know what you like or you don't like if you haven't tried it, right? So I think that's really important. And I know a lot of people don't necessarily love their jobs, and maybe that's because they didn't have the chance to really experience other careers in other fields. How are you going to know if you like something if you don't try it? And for me, I liked the idea of business. I liked the idea of making money. So I went into that business field, but you can really specialize. You can go into marketing, there's finance, there's human resources, there's obviously accounting, which I went into, but it's good to have that broad spectrum of skills. So let's focus on that for a second. So let's say you're the CEO of your company and you have your employees around the table. You have your accounting people that are going to say, we can't do this because it's not in the budget. And then you have HR saying, how are we going to make the staff comfortable and follow rules and regulations? And then you're going to have marketing saying, no, we have to put all our resources into marketing and blowing it all up. And it's just going to go in a circle because they don't have that perspective of those other fields. It's important. You're just going to be an endless circle unless you can kind of relate and understand how the other side works. To me, the most important thing is to try different things to see if you like them or not. And another quote that comes to mind is, I think it's a Richard Branson quote, the guy that went to space. And don't quote me exactly what he said, but it was something to the tune of, if you're given an opportunity to do something, first take that opportunity and accept it, and second, figure out how to do it. So just take opportunities that you have. And worst case, let's say you do something and you don't like it, you can just quit. But at least you gave it a shot, and you know what? Maybe you picked up a skill in the meantime.